Welcome to Red Hot Call, you guys. I'm super excited for you to have earned the call. You guys have worked hard and you deserve to be here. Heidi's going to be doing some training tonight on seminar and why seminar is so important. And so I'm going to open up with prayer. You guys can join me. Lord, we thank you for this day. I thank you for this group of ladies, Lord. God, you know every need. Every single person that's here has different needs in our lives, Lord. Bless each and every one in decisions on pathways that need to be chosen. Bless each and every unit, every team, every potential person that we're going to talk to tomorrow and the next day. God, just give us the words to say, and more than anything, to show kindness and love and your spirit. In Jesus' name we pray, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Amen. So good. Okay. Well, I'll go through the slides. Maya, do you want to talk to the slides?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since I'm doing training. So let me get my screen share up for you guys. I was playing around with this earlier. Okay, that's
Woo-hoo.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Well, look at our beautiful red jackets and our Mary Kay family. So kudos to all of you who have obviously earned this call and are here. And Bobby Joe, I don't know why your photo's not on there, so I'm sorry. That might be my fault. So that's probably on me. So we'll just we'll put that on me. But oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Welcome. And you guys, you know, being in a red jacket really is such an honor. Like you guys really do represent your team, and you are the cream of our units, you guys. And you guys have more influence and clout, and how you support your sales director and how you make an impact really does make a difference. And I hope y'all know that, because I'm speaking for me, but I'm pretty confident I'm gonna speak for our other directors. Is like our red jackets, like you bring life into our units, and you just really honestly make us as your directors not look as crazy as we are sometimes. And so I hope you guys know the the clout that you bring, the essence that you bring, the excellence that you bring, and I just hope you guys know how proud and honored that we are to have you guys. You know, Red Hot Call began in 2021, and we only have one red jacket on there, like one at that time. And so as we continue to grow, and growth is growth, no matter the pace, no matter whatever. And I love that. And so kudos to you guys. Congratulations to you on your excellence and what you represent. So way to go, everybody. All right, and we do have a director in qualifications, Sarah Franklin. So she is a part of the Jennifer Huff unit, and so we do want to honor her. And while we all do our own events and things, that's okay. But of course, we still want to honor her and say congratulations to Sarah, as she is working to become a brand new director in our Mary Kay family. So way to go, Sarah. All right, let's do some recognition for career path. This is actually based on your career level, and then it's ranked by team production. Keep in mind, team production is what your unit, your team does, and your order combined. So I want to make sure y'all know that those rankings include your order, even though you don't get paid on your order as a red jacket. But y'all know that you go on target for your Mary Kay car with your own personal production. So that's why we decided to recognize this way. All right, let's go. First is our star team builders. These ladies have 3 to 4 active team members, and they can make a 4, 6, or 8% commission based on the production that their team does. So if they're less than 1,000, it's 4%. Over 1,000 is 6%, and then over 1,800 is 8%. So kudos and shout out to number 4, Anna Maria Kluntz, number 3, Vicki Highsmith, number 2, Rachel White, and then number 1, Laura Newson. So way to go. Woo-hoo. Then we're moving up to our team leaders. Team leaders have 5 to 7 active team members, and they can make a 9 or 13% commission. 13% commission is when 5 women on your team place a minimum 225 Section 1 wholesale order, which we also know as an active order, and you place a 600 wholesale order in the same month. It bumps your team commissions to 13%. So let's give a shout out to number 2, Lisa Clark, and number 1, Amy England. Way to go, ladies. Woo-hoo! All right. And then, of course, our director in qualification, number one, Sarah Franklin. Here's what's exciting. Your team is just getting bigger, and obviously that commission check is growing. And then you can have a 9 or 13% commission check as well. In addition to the $50 building bonus with every new qualified team member. I think it's really important for you guys to know. It does not matter where you are on the career path, you get a $50 cash building bonus for every new Great Start qualified team member. This means they hit a minimum of 600 wholesale within their first 4 months of signing their BD agreement. So way to go. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do some commission comparison. And so I'm going to explain this the best that I can because while there are a lot of numbers, it's important for you to understand. Okay, so we're going to do some math here. So this is actually based on Laura Newson's team production. Her team production was $1,257. So way to go, Laura, which is incredible. And so we're going to walk through this. All right. As a Mary Kay Beauty consultant, all right, you do not get paid on your own order. It does not matter if it's 300, 600, 1,000, 2,000. You will never make anything on your own order as a beauty consultant, which, I mean, you're usually going to be the best person on your team. So I don't want to say that's a bummer, but I'm going to say it's a bummer. Okay. Next, you can make a 9 or 13% commission. I apologize. As a consultant, you can make anywhere from 4, 6, 8, 9, or 13. For the sake of this comparison, I did 9%. Okay. So her personal team production, so all of Laura's team, what they ordered from the company, she got one check of $86.13 from the company. All right. Now you're also going to notice unit production, personal qualified, and unit qualified. I'll get there in just a second. But obviously, as a consultant, you do not get any of those. So that's why all of those are 0. As a director, you get paid on your own order. Okay, but I want to help you keep in mind that you still get paid on your own order the same way as you do as a beauty consultant. So Laura, she made a 9% commission check on this order as opposed to a 13% because she did not place a $600 order. Okay, so if Laura had done a $600 order, I just want to show you guys the difference. Obviously, it would have, so let's say she did 609 times 13%, it would have gone from a 9% check to a 13%, and she would have made 13% on 609. 13% on that would have been $79. So look at that. The difference of even a $300 wholesale order increased by $79. But for the sake of this comparison, I was keeping it as accurate as possible. She only made 9%. Okay. Now, you also get paid on your personal team and your unit. All right. But once again, for the sake of keeping the numbers accurate, because her team production was not at director minimum, which is $4,500, she made 9% on both her personal team production and her unit production. Now, I know that's a lot to understand. So we're just going to go through this. Okay. So she made $86.13 on her personal team. But I also want you to notice that she's getting paid again on her whole unit. So as a sales director, you get paid twice on your personal team members. All right. This is why you see your sales directors still team building, still recruiting, still growing their Mary Kay businesses, because not only do we get paid on our own order, we also get paid on our personal team members twice. Now, as you can see, the difference is $86.13 and $211, which is an additional $113.98. However, these numbers would be extremely and radically different. Number one, had the order been $600, because it would have increased a 9 to 13% check. And we already just saw there was a $50 difference right there. The second biggest difference is also realizing that when you do the work to become a director, there is like still a level to maintain directorship. And so when you hit $4,500, then you make a 23% check on your unit. And that's not on this graphic. So let's say, for the sake of comparison, so you guys can hear this and see this, We make, okay, 957, I know, times 23%. That's $220 just in the unit production alone. Okay. So that more than doubles. All right. On average, when a team is yielding and maintaining and growing in unit production, they're going to see about a trip. You get about a third back what your team is doing. Okay. So when a team is doing about 10,000, you're going to see about a 3,000 wholesale. If you're doing about 15,000, you're going to see about between 3 and 5,000 kind of income. When your team is yielding 20,000, you're going to see about $7,000 to $10,000 income. So I know that those numbers can be a little bit tricky. And the reason that we do this, you guys, is because we do want to show you some hardcore math. We want you to understand how you get paid. We want to make sure you are able to take advantage of all the team building opportunities. As you can see at the bottom too, personal qualified and unit qualified. She did not have any personal qualified team members. However, as a consultant, you do get a $50 cash building bonus for every personal qualified. So as a consultant, it's $50. As a sales director, it's $100. Okay, so I know a couple months ago, both Heidi and Sherry, I think it was last month actually, both Sherry and Heidi added multiple personal qualified team members. They made $100 on each personal qualified team member every single time. You guys, that's in addition to their personal production, personal team production, unit production. That's an additional bonus. Now, here's when it gets even more fun. When a director does 4 unit qualified team members. So let's say, for the sake of this example, obviously Heidi and Rachel are here. Let's say Heidi adds 2 and Rachel adds 2. So there's 4 in their unit. Then there's an additional $400 unit qualified bonus. And you get an extra 100 for every single one else. So let's say Heidi's unit adds 6 unit qualified. Heidi is getting a $600 bonus plus 100 for anyone who's personal. So let's say the unit had 6, and out of those 6, 2 of them were Heidi's. She gets an $800 bonus for any personal and unit qualified. All right, guys, that's a big deal, right? Like that is a big deal right there, which is very, very exciting. I know I may not sound like it right now, but I promise you, it's a big deal right there. But like I said, if you have questions about that, if you have questions about how you're making income, about where you are on the Mary Kay career path, please talk to us, talk to your sales director. We want to make sure you understand it, because if you are kind of like me and numbers can kind of be intimidating and a little bit overwhelming sometimes, don't beat yourself up about it. Learn from it. Ask more questions. Even today, I still sometimes have to ask questions so I can get a better understanding. But congratulations to all of our Reds. Way to go, you guys. You guys should be so incredibly proud of your hard work. Well, I'm excited because I know that Heidi is going to be bringing an amazing training for us tonight. It's going to be epic. It's going to be powerful. It's not an accident that Sherry picked her to teach us this evening. And so I just know it'll be really exciting. And Sherry, if there's any other words you want to say, I know you were driving home, so I want to make sure you got home safe. But Heidi, my sister, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. And Sherry, oh my gosh, thank you for planning this month and doing all the special stuff for the Reds. And Maya, I just love hearing about the money trail. I mean, oh my gosh, that's a reason to become a sales director. But I got another reason, and it came in the mail today, and I thought I would do a box opening. Oh, I need to take my screen thing off. I want to do this really quick. I thought this would be fun to open this together, because you guys, this is the fun of becoming a sales director. Like seriously, one of the fun things. And this is the package. The other directors knows what they know what it is. Okay, it's our new sales director suit. So I wanted to do this in front of can you guys see okay? I got is the camera right? Okay, good. Okay. Now I can just operate these scissors really quick, get this thing going, open up like it's Christmas. I can't wait to see it. You know how beautiful it is. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I get to do this with you guys. I mean, seriously. Okay. Kind of see if I show you what it looks like on the inside. Oh, look at this. Okay. And it's packaged really pretty like this. this down. Oh, it's so pretty. It's got Mary Kay sticker on it. You can see that. Okay. So this is what I want you to envision right now, that you are opening your sales director suit. It's not me, it's you.
Can't wait to see which one you chose.
Oh, isn't it pretty? Oh,
It's beautiful.
I won't put it on. But you guys, gorgeous. Let me just show you some of the material. Oh, and goodness. I don't know if the other directors got their suits in yet. Anybody else? No, okay, yours is coming, I promise. Because I've been seeing it on all these director sites, and I'm like, look at the material and the button. Oh, it's so pretty.
I
So
feel like pictures have not done it justice based on, oh my gosh.
I think it really is just so classy. I'm so excited about this light pink. Oh my gosh. So there it is, you guys. Oh my gosh, my heart is going like 100 miles an hour. So I can just envision that for you all, opening your box, your first sales director suit. And all of us remember what that's like. And so Sherry asked me to train with you guys and talk about seminar. And why should we go to seminar? So I'm gonna put these on because I got to read my notes. The first thing that I came up with when I was thinking about seminar was because Mary Kay Ash said, and if you've been in Mary Kay a long time, you've heard this before, you never ever miss a company event, right? And you guys can say it with me. The only 3 reasons, they're all 3 Ds, that you can miss a company event, and this is the way I was raised, was death, dilation, or delivery, if you're delivering a baby. The 3 Ds, okay? And I thought, oh my gosh, Mary Kay knew the importance of us getting together, girl time, away from home, from all the responsibilities. She knew the importance of us showing up for training and coming together, celebrating each other. And so I want to kind of share a few of my seminar stories with you. I've been in Mary Kay about 15 years. And out of the 15 years, I do want to share that I've only missed 2 seminar years. And let me kind of break that down for you, what that looked like. The very first year I signed up my beauty agreement, I signed in February. Seminar was probably in August or July, like it always is. And during that week, I moved from Illinois to Indiana, to the basement of my husband's parents, and with our 3 children. And so during the week of seminar, I was so sad because we were moving. Like, we left that ministry. We were not into another ministry. We had no jobs. We went to his parents' house, and I was brand new in Mary Kay. And I remember that was the first time that I thought they say I can make money in this company. And during that week, I was so mad because everybody else was going and I couldn't, that I remember that I recruited 2 people during the week. One was my mom. She's my very first one. Oh, yes, I moved to Indiana to find, is worth it, girl. It's so worth it. Oh my gosh. And you were part of the story. So you're going to be connected here in a minute. And then, my mom, and then a second team member. And I remember that team member came in with almost a star order, but I wasn't high enough. Like, had I been at the 9 or 13 commission check that Maya was going through, I would have got paid so much on her order. And that was the first time it hit me, like, really know like where you are in the career path. Like, I was like, so it was like, whoa. But that was the first year that I missed. The second year that I missed was just such a weird year. This is all before I was in Maya's unit. I had ankle surgery, broken my ankle, and had pins and rods. And it happened, oh my gosh, Memorial Day weekend. Oh, okay. And so I told the doctor, I'm going to seminar. And he said, no, you're not. You cannot go. Like, you're not going to be ready in time. This is extensive. And at that time, also, I had, in between that time, decided to step out of my Mary Kay, that family that I was in, and I was going to take off a year anyhow. So it just all kind of worked out. And actually that year, my senior sales director couldn't go. Her husband passed away very quickly. And so she wasn't going. It was just a year, but I remember like not going that year and just having to, be at home again. But I will say every year after that, I still went, and I was in my red jacket. And I will say, I went when times when I could not afford to go. I could not afford to go. And I remember, especially living in my in-laws' basement, like we couldn't afford seminar, but I went when I lived there. And I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about how I got there and how I made it work. And so one of the things is, another little side note bar is, I went to seminar after that every year, even when it was super inconvenient. Okay. Because I'm going to go through the reasons here why in a minute, but I was thinking back, and I had actually kind of forgotten this, and I can't believe I could forget this. I went in the middle of a really toxic sales director red jacket relationship. I went every single year and had to sit next to my senior sales director. I'm not speaking any disrespect, because I believe that God honors us when we respect positions, and I respected her position. And she was part of the reason my family had to move and my husband lost his job. She was part of the crew that got him fired from his job. And I stayed in her unit, and Maya knows all this, of course, but every year I went to seminar, you guys, and because she was my direct sales director, you sit with your unit, and most of the times it was just me and her. There were no buffers. One time I had a red jacket go with me. And I remember trying to get up the courage every year, like the nauseousness in my stomach, because I'm in ministry. And so I'm like, I need to love her, but also like, I need to still go to be there for me. And I was having a hard time with all of that. I was trying to be respectful, but I got to be in the Julie Garvey area, which is where I first roomed with Rachel, my very first seminar year. And that was probably my toughest year, because that was the first time I saw Marcy after the incident, okay, where my husband lost his job and with 3 kids, and we moved into the basement of his parents' house. So Rachel was my first roomie in seminar, and it really matters. I'm going to speak about her story here in just a minute, about another reason why you want to go. Okay. So I'm kind of going through this, showing you guys some stories, because we all have seminar stories. And I'm looking on here, Bobby Joe's been in here for, Bobby Joe, how many years have you been in Mary Kay? 10? A decade? 9. 10? She thinks 10 or 9. Oh, 9. Okay, 9 years, you guys, almost a decade too. And same with Rachel. I mean, forever. Like, so we all could share our stories, right? And it seems like every time seminar rolls around, there's always a major hurdle or obstacle to overcome. There is always one. I kind of anticipate it. But I'm going to tell you, those weren't my worst years. And biggest obstacle to get to seminar. But I went anyhow. And I would say to you, even if you have to take out a loan, you just get yourself there, because you're investing in yourself. And I'll go through that here in just a second. But Rachel was my first roomie. Had I not went to seminar and built that relationship with her, she wouldn't be in my unit as a red jacket today. But because I invested in coming to seminar, and it was highly uncomfortable, in that relationship that I had. And I went every year for several years like that. Okay. So that's one thing I want you guys just to think about, and so it's not an option, was what I would tell myself. Okay. The year probably that was the worst obstacle to overcome was the year I debuted as a sales director. And, I don't know what I can share about that, except it was probably the worst couple of days of my whole entire life. And my plane tickets were already bought, and situation that happened on the home front, and between my husband and my kids, and it was just really hard, personal, and it happened with less than 24 hours from my plane to depart. And I remember calling Maya saying, I don't think I can go, and I'm going to debut. And, you know, long story short, you know, we have some mental illness in my family that we have to deal with. And that was not under control at the time, had been out of control for months. And so this was like the boiling pot, and it just blew up less than 24 hours for me to leave. And so I remember we decided to go, and my husband decided to go as well, because we already paid for everything. And so we got on that plane, and it was the hardest plane ride. It was the hardest seminar in a lot of ways, but it's also the best. Maya was so amazing. The Mary Kay family, the Tupin family, were so amazing to my husband and myself. We had a fracture in our family, and it was so fresh and raw, and it was awful time, as in personal time. But being there kind of gave us a break from it, you know. And so, but I made it anyway. You guys, I made it anyway. And I mean, it was bad. I remember getting on the shuttle buses to go to our hotel, and a thing had happened where the Child Protection Service has gotten involved, basically. And my kids gave me permission to go. They said, "We want you to go to Dallas. This has been your dream." And I'm on the shuttle talking to CPS in Dallas about my kids and how wonderful my kids are. Praise God, they saw that. And I'm thinking, I cannot believe I'm doing this. Like, I just can't believe this is not my life. I kept saying, this is not my life. And I just share that very tenderly, because I know we all have obstacles, you guys. And that was a push through. And I had to have a lot of support to do that. And don't share that out, because that's a very, you know, private thing. But I wanted to share that with you guys to know, like, sometimes it just takes grit and I don't know, but we made it work. We made it work. Okay. So I would say, of all the time, that was the hardest to go. Okay. But my kids were so proud of me, and they cheered me to go, or I wouldn't have went. And Maya was amazing support to our whole family. And Mary, oh my gosh, Mary was amazing. Linda just hugged us both. And I just can't tell you the support you get in your Mary Kay family. But the number one reason you need to go, you need to get there. There is going to be, all hell tries to break loose sometimes. And you need to get there, number one, for you. You know, and I remember back in those early days when my kids were really young, and, you know, when I started my business, Tate was 8 months old or 4 months old, somewhere around there. And anyhow, I remember leaving and thinking, every time I didn't have this money to spend to go to seminar, I'd be gone for, you know, almost less than a week, then come back. And the mom guilt I had was, you know, like there, because for a long time I was a stay-at-home mom. And I remember thinking, I better get something out of this and bring it home. Like, I got to find my nuggets, because this has got to be worth it for me to leave my kids, to leave my family. I couldn't afford it. And so every year I would just find the nuggets, and I would come home and I would work my business in a new way. And every year I would get stronger and better. And so I just remember thinking, if I'm leaving my kids, this has got to be worth it. Okay. Because I'm a very family oriented person as well, with my boys and stuff. And so, but number one, it's for you. It's for your kids. It's for your future. It's for the future you don't know you have yet, because you can't see it, you know. And sometimes you just go in blind faith. Like, some years I would just get there and I'm just here. Like, I have no, it's okay. It's okay. You just get there. Okay. And I know some of you can feel this, and you have your stories, and I'm seeing a lot of heads bobbing, because the years that you could see, but I think stories tell a lot, you know. And then the other thing is, you get to dress up, some fun things. You get to dress up. You get to, when else can we wear those gowns and their jewelry and take fun pictures and just live that little dream life, you know. Like, then you get to put it on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram, and everybody can see it. You get to learn a new skill set. Like, you get to learn from the best of the best. You get to see the company in new eyes. It's a place where your dream can be reborn, or, you know, rebirthed, or encouraged. You get to meet people, you guys, people that we don't get to meet every day, that we get to rub our shoulders with or talk to, or you don't know the words that you might say to somebody that's going to encourage them, or the words that they are going to say, to you that's going to encourage you. Sometimes you just get to seminar and after the first day, you're like, I can go home. I got what I need. It's the fellowship of other believers, other women that are in this company, the sisterhood that we need. And like, I need, you get to find your why again. You get to rediscover what it is that you love about this business at this event. You get to, like I said, be encouraged and hear and listen to people's stories, and of course, see all the product and go to all the, oh my gosh, you could see everything. Oh, what's it called, you guys, when you go to the main thing? You get your bling badge. You know what I'm talking about. Expo. Thank you. Expo. You get to go to the expo. You get to, see the cars, the what they're going to do for the 600 achiever and all those things. So you also get, when you go to seminar, you get to begin to rebuild your legacy again. Like I think of what you're going to build down the road. I think of all those years, I never thought how, like my story, had I not gone, I wouldn't have met Rachel, definitely. And had I not gone and got the courage to become a sales director, I'm pretty sure I would have never met Sherry, and been able to help Sherry develop into a sales director. I mean, I'm sure that all would have been different if I never had went to seminar or I skipped seminars. And so I really want to encourage you, for you, number one, but number two, for others, go for other people. Just like I explained, like you've always heard that our dreams are connected to other people's dreams. And so by me not attending, it's going to hamper somebody's dream that maybe I don't even know yet. It might affect somebody else's dream because I'm not going to get filled up. And if you're a red jacket and you're leading a team, you got team members looking up to you, and they want to watch you, and they're going to do what you do. If you go, that more of a chance that they will go. And so you're setting a standard for your team as well. And so, another thing for me, you go for others to encourage your people and your team. And selfishly, I want to see you guys. We get to see each other, from all across the United States. And gosh, when I first joined Mary Kay, there was no Facebook, so we never got to see each other. We only saw each other at seminar. And it was like, wow, like a whole year later, So you get to connect with your Mary Kay family and your friends from all over the United States. It's crazy. We need that connection to stay connected, to know that we're still here. And Bobby Joe's in Hawaii, so she's pretty much in a different country right now. Bobby Joe, you could grow a team there while you're over there. We should have done that. We can go back and so go for yourself, go for others. And also, this is going to sound kind of weird, but go for the company, because the company asks us to go. And especially if you're in mid leadership or sales director, or even if you just have a goal to work your business and to grow up the career path, it would be honoring to go. And I think Mary Kay Ash would, I know she would want us to go. She would require it from us. I never got to meet her, but I can't imagine me telling Mary Kay, well, I think I'm not going to go this year. And I know there's all sorts of different things going on in our lives in the past and in our lives now, but I just want us to pray about it and to be like, Lord, what would you have me to do? And where could I show up for myself? And what could I, in that sacrificial year that you go, what could be birth that you don't know that could be birth? It's not, okay, hear me out here. It's not usually, I love getting the recognition stuff. Oh my gosh. That's fun, but sometimes it's the years that you mean the most, or the years that you're most, desolate, desperate in a way. The years that you're dry, or you're in a dry season that you really need it. It may not be the year that you're getting all the celebration. And it's a little different for us now, not being in a national area too. I get that, because we used to get a lot more celebration. But just think of it as, don't look to your left or your right, or, you know, what friend of yours is going or not going. Just, I mean, and Rachel, I applaud you for that, because I know your team, you're going solo this year without all of your traveling buddies from Maine, but you are still like bound and determined to go, and you have a lot of health obstacles, and you are looking for, you know, you are making it happen. And so I applaud you for that, because that could probably hinder you in a lot of ways, you know, not having your roomies there. And, you know, last year was such a beautiful year for that, but every year is going to look different, guys. And I think what happens is, I think I compare sometimes, and I have to realize that, my gosh, every year does look different, you know, and it's okay that it looks different. And it's okay that it's not perfect, and it's okay. Um, because maybe this will be a, what do you call it, a rebounding year, you know, a year that maybe I'm really praying that, I feel, this is just what I feel, okay, because I've been praying about it, is, oh, it's going to be such a tender, close year. Like, it's going to be so tender this year. Every time I think about it, like, whoever gets to go, it's going to be very, what I want to say, intimate is the word I was looking for. So I don't really know. That's just kind of what I feel when I start to feel. It may not look like the other years, and that's okay. We've had a lot of different years, you guys. You know, we had seminar that was virtual. We had seminar in Kansas. We've had all different types of seminars since COVID. So I think for me, I just get my mind, like, I like the same thing, but sometimes it's not the same, and we have to be okay with that, and just show up for ourselves and for our business, and just see what God has. And I thought, you know, if even if it doesn't look, and it doesn't, and I'm not hitting all my goals, because I'm telling you, this year I've got still time to do things, but you know, it's not going to be the years where I'm going to be out there on the stage, right? I'm still going, and I'm going regardless of who goes, because I gotta go for me. Like, I gotta go to fill me up, because I cannot be the leader I need to be until I get there and get whatever it is that I need. And so it is about me, but it's also about you all, you know. And so because I know it will help. Anything that I do this year, it's going to help me. So that's what I had. But is anyone to share any of their seminar? You know, their seminars, like, oh, memories or push or whatever. And I didn't go through any details. Like, I think like at our unit meeting, we can go through like I wanted to be more heartfelt today, and, you know, just sharing stories and sharing, you know, from my heart, really. And I hope Mary watches this.
I'm sure she will. Well, Heidi, thank you for being so vulnerable. I know it's easy, I think, a lot of times for us to look at someone who is going to seminar and we think that they're going because everything is together. When you're right, a lot of times, like, some of us are going because we are desperate and clinging on to hope, or we need to be revived, or we need encouragement. I think one of the things I love that you said, that some of your best years came from going to an event in your darkest moment. And I can definitely look back on like seasons of my life and in my career going to an event, and it took every ounce in me to go. Whether I was embarrassed that I hadn't done something that I said I was going to do, or it was tighter than normal to go. And so thanks for just being really vulnerable, because I think it's really easy for us to assume that if people are going, it's because they've got it all together,
Yeah,
you know?
that's
So,
good.
and you know, it reminds me of when Mary Kay herself went to her very first company event when she was with Stanley Cups. Do y'all know the story?
Tell us.
She heard that she was going to get a prize. Y'all knew, okay. And Mary Kay could not afford to go. And so y'all know what she took was, wasn't it like cheese and bread or something? Like, she took the bus, ate cheese and bread the whole time. And I guess they gave her like some kind of fishing lamp or something. And that's when Mary Kay decided that she was like, when I own my own company, I'm giving good prizes, because I went all the way to this company event for a fishing light. And Mary Kay did not fish, which I find very comical. But anyway, it's a gentle reminder. And like things do not have to be perfect in order to be present or to invest in that. Um, so thanks for that. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think too, this year is, this year I have other obstacles that I'm overcoming, that I'm really trying to, it's still not all the way worked out, but I'm just in faith, like making it happen, in faith, going to make it happen. And I was thinking today, I was like, if I could make it at 1 year, how can I not make it this year? It's like, oh my gosh, like seriously, like if all years I would have had the biggest, it would have been okay to miss, would have been that not so good year. And yeah, so it's pushing me a little.
Absolutely.
And I remember the first year at seminar when I met you. And then afterwards, because we were Facebook friends, remember? And you had gone into the Ruby seminar instead of the Sapphire. And so I just saw the amazing growth, not only becoming a sales director, but just in just as a person, just your knowledge and all of that. And I had to contact you and say, oh, can I be on your team, please? But yeah, this year's it's gonna be hard. And I thought, well, I'm gonna register when as soon as the first time. So I know I can, they will reimburse me if I wanted to, but no, I can work it out. And I just think that I do need it because of the team members I have now and future team members. So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to go. I was hoping, I'm still trying to figure out the whole room thing and, who's going for consultants and who isn't. You know, I don't know, should I just reserve a room in my name and just see what happens? Because I want to get my ticket, but I can't get my ticket till I know what days I'm going to be there. So,
Is
so
Bobby
I just,
wasn't on, she was on here just a minute
I think we were looking at the due date of the baby. I think we were trying to get like a approval from doctor to make sure that would be okay, because I think she'll only be a few weeks out from the baby's delivery date.
Okay.
But I know Amy England has already registered, so I do not know if she has a room or not.
Okay.
But she's going. So
okay,
Okay.
I can
um,
contact Amy. I don't
yeah.
know if we're friends on Facebook, but I can send
Okay.
her a request.
Okay.
if
And
we're
then Kara Wood and Jenica Lecklider were also looking at going to seminar as well. I told them I would get in touch with him by the end of the month to kind of like um finalize some details and things. So hopefully we'll have a better grasp on that, because both of them were asking me questions as well. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, because for me, just to get a room for me would be, more of an expense. But if Amy's going, so there's
Yep.
at least two, so at least
Yep.
the room would be divided in half.
Yep.
And then if these other girls, if Bobby Joe can go
Yep.
and these other girls, then, we could fill it up too. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know we had talked about staying at the Fairfield because you get breakfast, and that's just the rooms were so nice, and like probably the by far like the best hotel experience I've had for
It was,
summer.
yeah.
oh, really? Yeah, we stayed at the Omni
Yeah.
when the first year, and that was very, very nice. So and last year, it was nice. It wasn't lit well, but I'm going to bring a mirror and
Yep.
have it lit. I'm not going to have Cindy there to do my
Right.
hair or finish up my makeup if I can't see. So
Yeah.
I
But
won't have my my cosmetologist and hairdresser there.
Well,
So.
if you have Amy England, you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bobby Joe did my hair for seminar, the awards night. She helped me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she just did it in a half a second. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I cut mine short, so it'll be easier. So,
Yeah,
but
Sherry,
yeah,
did you
so.
say about seminar or anything that you think of, or
A big thing is realizing that seminar brings different things to different people.
Yeah.
Because like Heidi, you love the recognition part. You said that. You love that part. I could care less about that. For me, I will cheer for y'all all day long. But when it comes to me doing it, I don't care. I don't care. That's not important to me.
Mhm.
I go because I want to soak up all the things, and not just in a classroom, but all the things. Some of our best conversations have been in the rooms.
Yep.
You know, talking to other directors, you're talking to other consultants, and you're looking up the things that they are doing that is working, their energy, all those things. That helped me so much, and it's like, it's fun to get dressed up. Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's fun. But that's not important to me. And so I think that's a big deal with seminars, realizing that everybody's different. And just like you talked about putting the pictures on Facebook, and I got lots of comments from people,
Mhm.
about, my goodness, you guys were like Miss America, and all this stuff. And when those people are saying those things, that's important to them. That's a big thing to them. And so it's kind of like your love languages. You have to hit everybody's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you really get that at seminar because it's all the different things, and you were talking the year you became a director, and I'm sure you remember, Heidi, because we had a long conversation sitting on the couch. When I came to seminar, when I was going to get to be recognized as a new director, and my youngest son and my husband used to not get along very well at all. It was one of those, like, you're not my dad thing. And so they had a horrible, horrible fight right before I left, like right before I left. And I was a nervous wreck. I cried and I was upset, and I was just like, I can't leave them by themselves because I don't know what's going to happen, and it was, but that is, and Heidi told me, she goes, when you come to seminar, there's always a battle. There's always a battle to get here, and it was like, I went, I did my thing. I soaked up all the information, the energy, all the things. And I came back home and everything was fine, but it was like, when you're a mom, you're worried about your kids, you're worried about all the things, you just want everybody to be happy and peaceful and, no problems. And it doesn't always, yeah. But life is a lot better with that now. So.
Oh, so much better. Like, I look back at that and I'm like, I remember that. That was so hard. And yeah. And it was also emotional time too. I know it was an anniversary and so that was a huge sacrifice to make emotionally, to, we both have made, and I'm sure Maya and all of y'all made different ones. It's just looking back, and I don't know. We did it. I don't know how we did it. We just did it. Yeah. Well, and I, whoever else gets to see this video, like, if, hopefully, I'm sure Mary will watch, and Bobby Joe finish out, watching it. But I don't know. That was just my heart to share. Sherry wanted me to share about seminar, and I was like, okay, to go to seminar. And I agree, because it's the time. And you're right, Sherry, this is the time where all that little obstacles start happening, and it's like, okay, like, how can I find a way to make it work, and still praying over the whole seminar thing, and what it's going to look like, and not to compare, you're right. And everybody needs something different, out of it. And, that's what I kept thinking about. Like, every year I went, when it was such a hard sacrifice, I just knew, like, I better make my business a leap in my business. I better get something. And that I really believe I did every year. So every year was something different. And I can't imagine, like, okay, so my former director, Julie Garvey, was like 37 years in Mary Kay. something crazy like that, wasn't it, Rachel? And she went all the time. And I'm like, and I remember asking her, and she's like, every time I come, I get exactly what I need. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, wow, that's a way of looking at it. Like every year I go, I'm going to get exactly what I need. So
That's good. Almost coming with like an open palm as opposed to like, I expect this because you, and you're right. Like usually, I mean, like you get what you need every single time. And there's some kind of core memory, I feel like, with
mhm.
each year too. Like there's a core memory to each
Ooh.
year. Um, yeah, it's cool to look back on the pictures and to be like, wow, I remember this is what I learned that year. This is what was overcome that year. This is what I took away from that year. And I think that's really, really powerful. But yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
I love it too.
Thank
Well,
you, Heidi, for teaching us.
Yes, thank you, Heidi.
guys, and I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you
Yes,
for putting it together, and we'll see you guys soon.
yay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.